All right, so we have Sergio and Terrion on the deck right now, and we have Terrion with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then we see the Cowboy Bebop sleeves over there as well. All right, so typical one Dawn turn for the Ivankovs. It seems like Ivankov is on the odds here, so he just Dawn 1 and pass, and then Smoker Dawn 2 and pass, and now we see on the 3 drop we see the Don Quixote Doflamingo. So blue players know this card well. Is basically you get to rearrange the top couple of cards of your deck and then put them back either to the top to the top or bottom. So just basically stacking your deck. And in a Vankov, it's really good because you get to see what cards you're going to draw into for the next couple of turns, so you can prioritize some cards over other cards. And if you really need to like cycle those out, you can just trash them or have trash fodder. So we see Smoker here on the 4 Dawn turn. So let's see what's going to drop here. So maybe we'll see a Borsellino here early, or we can just see just a straight swing here at 6k. Right, that is a blocker, so he could just try to force the blocker here. So yeah, so we're just gonna see the 6k swing here. All right, and then he follows it up with the Smoker from OPO2. All right, so very good card there. So definitely very solid, just easy going, nothing too special here. Just playing the soul rule and just setting up here from both players. Yep, so Dofi blocker here is just really good to stop that early game aggression from the Smoker leader. But it also is a double-edged sword as well because of the cost on the Dofi. Being at 3, it's super easy to get to 0 cost for a lot of these effects to be active from the Smoker leader as well. So here we're going to see Mr. Galdino. Basically a blocker on the side of the Dofi player, and then you can basically restand it by trashing a couple of cards from hand, right? So we're going to be seeing more out of that for hopefully that's going to be the aggressor here. It's basically like a 7-cost kid in green but in blue, right? So let's see here. Smoker's on the 6th Dawn turn now, so definitely a lot of stuff that can be played here. So it seems 1 Dawn's going on to the Smoker. And now here's a 6k swing, and he just trumps the swing with the Doflamingo. Right, and we're seeing a very interesting build here. We see the Sengoku. Even Sergio has to look at the card here because it's not very typically seen in Smoker builds, but he's playing the Sengoku. Sengoku is very interesting. So when attacking, you basically minus cost to one of your opponent's characters. So very interesting strategy here. I'm very impressed that I'm not seeing a standard build from Terrion, because I like this Sengoku. Sengoku does put in work here, and it combos very well with a lot of the Admirals as well. So here we see on screen, when attacking, give one of your opponent's characters -4 to their cost during this turn, and on a 6k. So it is super strong attacker. So definitely he can do a combo into Sengoku swing and then go to Sakazuki to kill the Mr. Galdino here. So you see here, not a typical Ivankov combo. So Ivankov drops and plays the Inazuma, and if you have 1 or less cards in hand, that Inazuma is blocker, and it has a +1k. So it is a 6k blocker from the side of Sergio. So definitely here we're going to see a very solid turn from Smoker here, because what's basically going to happen here now is that Sengoku's going to swing and -4 somewhere and possibly maybe KO the Ivankov. But me personally, I think the Ivankov is definitely the one you want to get rid of for sure, because that's going to be a 7K swinger. So it's just making to yep, he points to the Ivankov, looking to go into the Ivankov. So he just takes a swing here. So Ivankov's now to 3 cost. And now it's probably going to be followed up by maybe a Sakazuki or a Garp. Okay, so just a 5K swing here. And then Ivankov on screen, there is the effect draw until you have 3 cards in hand, and then play 1 blue impel down. And here we see the Sakazuki, and just to KO the Ivankov. Basically, yep, easy stuff. So that right now the Sengoku is going to be a problem, because the longer Sengoku lives on board, it's just going to be easily cleared off by just the effects there. So like Kobe is going to be a big play here, or another Sakazuki to follow it up. So, and this is what you have to do here. So here's just a 5K swing with Mr. Galdino, and he will restand, but just by trashing. So that's fine there. So here's a 2-tap, and then let's see what's going to come here. I think that was a shockwave on the part of Terrion here. And then that is a 9-cost Dracul Mihawk to bottom deck the Sengoku, which is what you had to do that, because that Sengoku was going to generate nothing but value. And here you see him trash the Perona and just for the Mr. Galdino effect, and then using the Emporio ability to get 2 cards back into hand. So he is now 2 cards. And this deck runs a lot of 2K counters, so definitely he can draw into them very easily. So now you just see Terrion here making sure to ask questions and ask what cost things are and stuff like that, just so he knows what information is on the board. So I believe Terrion here is on his 10 Dawn turn, so we definitely could see an Admiral here in Kuzan from him for sure, because that would basically clear. I think that would clear the Draco Mihawk actually. So he's just going to swing 5K here, and then there's a 2K Mr. Galdino. So now I think Terrion is actually thinking about the 10-cost Kuzan if he has it. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the 10-cost Kuzan. And then -5 to everything, and he decides to go for the Mr. Galdino. Okay, so it seems like the Smoker, he's going to swing the Smoker. And then he swings the Sakazuki as well. Okay, so yeah. So it seems the Draco Mihawk was at 4. He could have also KO'd the Inazuma as well, but I think he did the right thing there in KOing the Mr. Galdino, just because the Mr. Galdino is just strictly able to restand, like swing and then restand, swing then restand. It's like a repeatable Basil Hawkins on your turn, right? So that's definitely good. So here you see he swings 6K into Smoker just to get rid off the board. That way he has no clear now. But Terrion is in the driver's seat comfortably, because now just a bunch of on his turn everything's just going to be -5, right? So if somehow Terrion has another, and we're seeing it here just on the peak, right? There is another 10 cost there, so that Draco Mihawk definitely will be coming off the board next turn for sure. But here we see a 9K swing from Sergio, hoping to get something going here. Alright, and it's straight into the Sakazuki. So Terrion is not worried here. He doesn't have to commit anything. He just has to survive till next turn, and he's going to be doing some straight damage. Alright, so we see here it's 7 tapped. So this is, or 6 tapped, sorry. And this is a Luffy. So this is the Luffy that you can trash 2 cards and basically get to double attack, which definitely is going to apply some pressure here. So what do you do here as Terrion? Because you don't want that Luffy to stick on board, because that is definitely a problem. But you also have a blocker in Inazuma, right? You know that Sergio is low on hand size right now, so it would be in your best interest to possibly try to get some more cards out of hand by swinging onto the Draco Mihawk, but that Luffy with double attack is pretty scary as well, so a lot of thoughts have to go into this for sure. Let's just see what he decides to do here. Nothing but time, so he's just making sure he makes the right decision here, and that's the thing with these One Piece games, right? Especially when you're in round 7, like I said a little bit earlier. These are the make and break rounds. You don't want to be making the wrong play here. One wrong move can cost you your whole game, so he wants to make sure that this turn is impactful, right? So taking a little bit of extra time and making sure he's making the right decision. And that's what you got to do sometimes, because a lot of people like to overthink or underthink, and then they end up getting punished for it, right? So hopefully he's not overthinking this, right? So let's see. Me personally here in this scenario, I would look to clear something. We already know one of these 3 things that are currently on Sergio's board is getting off the board. It's just a matter of how he wants to do it, and which one he wants to take off the board. So let's see here. I think this a swing? Okay, so alright, so he's attached the 1 Dawn onto Smoker. I think he's using Smoker's effect. So Smoker is now, Draco Mihawk is now -6, so he is a 3 cost. This is a 7k swing at life. Sergio just takes it here. No reason not to. Don't have to commit resources to that. You know your hand size is already low already, so you might as well just take it. Now this is another 10k swing. And he just doubles counters here to protect the Inazuma. And then double Borsalino. Alright, so now that is just going to protect the Kuzan, right? And that's what you got to do sometimes. You just got to protect this Kuzan. It's definitely going to be very hard and difficult, but with that Luffy there, it definitely can be done. But the problem right now is that Sergio, I believe, only has 1 card in hand, and potentially can only get rid. Oh no, it looks like he has 2, but Borsalino is a 6k blocker, so the Luffy effect will be able to get rid of at least one of the Borsalinos, but the second one is still going to be there loaming around. So he's just deciding how much Dawn he wants to put onto this Luffy here, because you definitely want to spread your damage around and force him to either block with a Borsalino or he just bounces 1. So Terrion can get 2 for 1 here actually. So let's just see what he decides to do. So this looks like a 12k swing. Oh, a 13k swing actually. A 13k swing into Kuzan. We do know he has the second Kuzan in hand, so it's just the question of, does he commit the Borsalino? Honestly, I don't think he commits the Borsalino here. I think I think he lets the Kuzan die, and then just play the next Kuzan right after. That way he can at least... Okay, so he is going to commit the Borsellino. At least with having the Borsellino on board, you know for a fact that you have the other one in hand, so you can just clear it, right? But he's playing he just is playing protect the Kuzan, right? So he's going to take the 5k swing here and hopefully be able to combo out potentially of the Draco Mihawk, right? So here we see Perona. Sergio's looking for cards, right? And seeing what he can potentially get out of this, right? And that's what makes Perona so good in this Ivankov deck, because now when you trigger your leader ability, right, you basically know what you're going into, and you can see your next couple of draws, which is just really, really impactful, especially on this low cost, right? You only have to commit one. So yeah, the rest of the Dawn, and this is going for a 12k swing, so this is guaranteed at least 2 cards out of Terrion's hand, right? So we're just gonna see what 2 cards he's gonna pitch here. And the question is, do you pitch those 2 cards as well? Because you definitely need the Kuzan on board, right? So, yep. And then there you see him using the Borsellino and the Suru to basically go up to 13 and protect himself. Oh. All right, so very, very strong play here from Terrion. Terrion is playing Protect the Kuzan very well, so you know he's experienced on this deck here, just by the level of thinking that he's doing right now, and playing Protect the Kuzan, right? And you see him basically kind of have a little bit of like a wow moment, because you know he dropped the double Borsellino instead of dropping the Kuzan, so now he can actually commit the Kuzan to clearing something else and then potentially just swinging over the other body. So now you see here he's just going to do a 5k check into leader and just seeing what Sergio will do. So Sergio just takes the card. So now Sergio has 3 cards in hand, potentially with a counter. So now what do you do here? So the Draco Mihawk is at 4. The Luffy is at 1, right? So if he has Sakazuki and, like, let's say another Sakazuki Kobe, he clears both and then just swings for 10k, right? For the last life there. But does he have it though? Sakazuki Kobe would be insane. But he still has the Kuzan in hand. So Kuzan would definitely clear one, but he would pass the turn for sure. And that's 2 potential, even 3 potential swings. So you need to get rid of both. So he needs, unfortunately, if he doesn't have the Sakazuki Kobe, he needs to be planning out for the next couple of turns. This match definitely is going to boil down to the next few turns here for sure. Already, so it looks like we're seeing a swing here, and he goes triple 2Ks. Oh my days. Okay, so we know Sergio has no cards in hand, so he uses the second Kuzan to kill the Luffy. Wow, Sergio had all 3 counters there. Definitely knowing that it was coming around. So yeah, Terrion definitely did well there to drop the Kuzan there, at least declare 1 body. So this Draco Mihawk definitely will be getting swung with, for sure, but just how much damage is going to be spread around. So if you guarantee you want the 2 life right now, you would spread the damage around, so a little bit on Draco Mihawk and a little bit on Imperio. So let's see here. So Buggy basically is another Perona. You just but it's basically an Anami searcher, so you get to pull something that's impel downs from the top 5. So let's see here what he decides to pull. Decisions for sure. So Sergio should have one card in hand. Yep, late game. Definitely have to think here and make the right decisions. So you see here, and put back the cards there, and now he's tapping, it looks like 4 to 5 Dawn here. Oh, okay, so he's going in for the Draco Mihawk swing. So this is 14k into the Kuzan, and you see he's just gonna let the Kuzan go. Don't commit the resources to it, just let it go. Sometimes let it go like Frozen. All right. Oh, and he seems like he made a mistake here because the buggy definitely couldn't swing. So he swings with a Perona at life for 5. And then I think that was just a 2k counter with the Tashigi, and then the turn is passed over, and then Vankov draws 2 cards, right? So let's see what Terrion has here, if he can pull it out here. So he attaches 1 Dawn to Smoker. The board is still -5, right? So that's a 4-0-0, right? So he definitely can clear some stuff out. So that Smoker swing is going to be a 7k swing, so that's definitely going to be at least 2 counters there. He potentially has game here if he can assign the Dawn properly. So let's see how he's going to assign this Dawn here. So yep, he assigns the Dawn properly there, swings big damage with the Smoker, taking the 1 life, and now he just has to equip the rest of the Dawn to the Kuzan, and that's a GG right there. Fist bumps all around. Good job on Terrion for playing that extremely well. So yeah, Sergio just wasn't able to clutch it out there. Just the sheer power of 10-drop Kuzan, just to be able to neg 5 to the board, clear stuff off the board, and then still have the backup for swinging, right? So definitely well played by Terrion there. Congrats to him for